my skin so gorgeous. We thank the life gorgeous. Thank the life gorgeous. I love the life gorgeous. Its torso is so tight.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Life Gorgeous. My name is Mr. Craig Kilborn. This is where I share my magical life in hopes of improving your life. Recording late after the Timberwolves game Monday night at home against Indiana. Overtime loss. I'm going to talk about that. Not to worry. Plus fan questions coming up. Wolves had an 8-game winning streak, longest currently in the NBA. They lose tonight at home, and I'm going to use the word fluke. I thought we played pretty well, not necessarily in the first half. We were down 14 at the half, but then we responded. The Pacers were not playing with most of their starters. This is the kind of craziness that will happen in an NBA game. A guy named Obi Toppin had probably a career game, but he hit 7 threes, including a bank and a corner three late in overtime. I'm calling it a fluke. Not that upset. These things happen. We're good. I don't like when we turn it over and don't play well. Indiana played over their head. Winning streak is over. What bothers me more is that as I'm recording this, the Nuggets are playing the Warriors, but they're sitting the Joker and Jamal Murray. So we're trying to get up to 6th. Wolves playing well. Don't worry about this game. These kind of crazy things happen. Some of you remember Kareem Rush when he hit a bunch of threes in a playoff game. I believe it was game 6 against KG and the Timberwolves, Western Conference Finals. I thought we played pretty well. Anywho, can I please go to fan questions, because the Wolves lost and I want to move forward. Fan questions. Gregors, when an actor like Gene Hackman passes away, do you find yourself watching his movies in the subsequent days? Nice use of the word subsequent. Yes, in fact, I have been watching a number of Gene Hackman movies. I rewatched French Connection, which I love. I watched French Connection 2. I don't think I ever saw it. Watched it the other day. Not bad. 6.7 rating. I believe the French Connection is 7.8 or 7.7. I think 7.8. So I watched those two. I rewatched Crimson Tide with Denzel and Gene Hackman. I watched the end of the last 40 minutes of The Firm, one of my favorite movies that has Gene Hackman and Tom Cruise in it. Love Gene Hackman. Love his voice. Love his laugh. Love his smile. Love his acting. He's special. There's something special about him. A lot of people think I love Hoosiers. I like Hoosiers. It's pretty good. I'm not a big sports fan, a sports movie fan, but I do like Hoosiers. I like when they measure the hoop. Same 10 feet, just like at Hickory. And I'll be watching, I have to watch The Conversation. I was telling somebody, I tried it once. It was very slow moving, but I'll give it a second chance because there was a movie called Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy with Gary Oldman that was very slow. Didn't like it. Then I rewatched it a second time, mentally prepared for the pacing, and I enjoyed it. One of my favorite Hitchcock movies, you got to be in the mood for Vertigo, as Jimmy Stewart to the Bernard Herrmann score is mesmerized and driving around San Francisco obsessed with Kim Novak. So some of these movies are slower than others. And I think there's some other Gene Hackman movies. I'm going to rewatch Mississippi Burning, which he's great in. So the answer is yes. And I celebrate Gene Hackman, and I rewatch his movies after he passed. And also I rewatch them all the time because I love him. Next question. Late at night here, for Craigers. I actually record in the morning, but this is what I'm doing for you. Uh, Wanted to give you a little update on the Wolves. Wait until that game was over. I thought we'd be celebrating a 9-game winning streak. We're not. It's okay. Um, give give credit to Indiana for playing over their head and getting lucky. I think that's giving credit, isn't it? When I was younger, I used to do the 6 o'clock news and the 10 o'clock news at KCBA in Salinas, Monterey, Santa Cruz, and the station was in Salinas. And I used to, get to bed late, so I can stay up right now. I go to bed. This is the secret to my part of the life gorgeous and looking youthful is I go to bed, fall asleep at 9 p.m., go to bed around 7, watch something, fall asleep at 9 p.m. See if that happens tonight. Kilby, I saw a recent story on your Instagram where you roasted a chicken at home. It looked delicious. Do you like to cook? And are you a good cook? I do like to cook. I'm maybe above average. Some of the dishes turn out really well. I'm going to have a picture on the Instagram stories later this week of what I made Sunday night, which was last night. This is what I made at home. Trout. Sauteed trout, could bake it in the oven, sauteed it, olive oil. And then on another pan, I had olive oil, white wine, lemon, capers, shallots, and garlic. And I drenched, when I put it on the plate, I scooped that. I drenched the trout in that. I had some broccolini that was sauteed in garlic and olive oil. I don't use a lot of salt. I'm cutting down on the butter. I used a little bit last night. I made mashed potatoes, and I had another pan where I made caramelized onions. So I put the caramelized onions on top of the mashed potatoes. I had the broccolini, and then I had the trout with the lemon garlic caper sauce. White wine. Unbelievable. I like cooking on occasion. I put on the Bill Evans station or the Tony Bennett station. Hey, Kilby, I know you said you just rewatched the Bosch series for the third straight time. Yes, I did. Have you started a new series? Well, I did decide to watch a popular series from a few years ago. I had seen a few episodes, thought it was entertaining. The story doesn't, pull me in like Bosch does it. It's a completely different kind of show. But I'm watching Succession now. Never finished it. Never even got out of the first season. But I know it's entertaining. I like Brian Cox. But now that I'm watching it, ladies and gentlemen, there's a guy that I really like in the show. He plays Tom. I believe his name is Matthew McFadden. And he is funny. The way he talks and the way he manages his teeth. And so I'm enjoying that. Obviously, what's his name? The other guys are good. The other people are good. But Tom, the character Tom is who's jumping out to me. Kieran Culkin, is that his name? Yeah, Kieran Culkin or Culkin, whatever his name is. He's entertaining. The main son, Kendall, is entertaining. But I like Tom. That's the guy that I like the most. So that's what I'm watching right now. Next question. Craigers, do you take supplements? You look healthy. Do you take supplements, and what are they? I take a lot, but I don't try to take them every day. I don't like to wear out my system with a bunch of supplements. So I take krill oil, chlorella, sometimes vitamin B12. I take turmeric. I take milk thistle, cleanse that liver. And then, I sleep well, but I do sometimes I'll take at night magnesium. And then it's a beautiful 8 hours. Might need some tonight after that loss. Obi Toppin, what a joke. Anywho, good question. Craigers, how often do you eat out, Craigers? I mean, come on. Well, at least once a week, I think. Sometimes it's less. Sometimes it's twice a week. But I don't count lunch as eating out necessarily. But I'll tell you a place I went to the other day. It's on 3rd Street in Los Angeles near the farmer's market. There's a string of restaurants there. This one is called Osti, O-S-T-E, Osti. It's Italian. It's got some other things in there because the one owner is Italian, one is French. They have a chicken Milanese that is very reasonably priced. This is an entree. And it's got some great garlic potatoes, and it's very, very tasty. And then they have a branzino as an entree. And then they have burrata as an appetizer. Really nice menu. But recently, if you're sitting down, it's now a full bar. Before it was just wine and beer. Now it's a full bar. So I sit at the bar the other day. Bartender is very nice, makes me a martini. Then he makes me a drink. He makes me try a drink. I don't play these games, but a drink called The Last Word, which has gin and some other fascinating flavors in it. Not too sweet. Felt like I was drinking a green juice and it was healthy. So that's a nice place if you're ever in LA. There's so many great restaurants. Musso and Frank, Dantana's, Republique, Rayo's Hollywood. There's a new place called Coast, spelled with a K. Seafood place that's on Melrose. What else do I like? Osteria La Buca. I'm missing some right now. Mother Wolf from Evan Funky. A lot of good restaurants. Going out to one soon. Vito is a very good one, by the way. Vito is in Santa Monica. I don't get there as often as I'd like to. It's Italian. And there's so many good ones. And I try to spread it out. Need to get back to Rayo's soon. Haven't been there in a while. Really close to beautiful Hancock Park, the historic district that I live in. So that's a good question. Okay, guys. I'm going to take a hot shower, probably get a massage late at night, have a nice person that comes to the house. I'm making that part up. But anyway, Wolves lose. I'm going to go listen to some of the post game. These things happen. NBA is a crazy, crazy league. You just don't want something like this to happen in the playoffs. And I'm dying to see what happens in the playoffs. But we can play with anybody. We can beat Denver. We can beat Oklahoma City. Warriors are playing well. Jimmy Butler. Very interesting. That's our show. We'll see you next time. And remember, young people, I'm proud of you.